Episode 130. Prince and Barty, we here. It is another big time episode. We talking NBA, we talking NFL, and of course we talking World Series. So let's jump into it real quick. You guys see I got the wave cap on. Listen, I ain't got no waves. This Alabama weather is bad. So since this Alabama weather is bad, y'all just gotta, be careful with me with my head. But real quick, let's jump into it. The Lakers, man. The Lakers. What happened last night?
You know what's funny, man? Like I went into it excited. Obviously, that's my team. Everybody knows that. But DeAndre Ayton is the same player, bro. He's just low effort, just low everything, man. And it's tough to watch DeAndre Ayton play, man. His motor, we talked about his motor. Every team, every coach always talks about DeAndre Ayton's motor. If his motor is high, y'all got a high chance, a high percentage of winning and dominating. It's not. With LeBron out, it looks like it's gonna be Luka ball, man. I think we're gonna lose games. Luka gonna have 50. Luka gonna have 60. I think this gonna be a stat pad year for Luka, man. I don't know, man. It's just we just look kind of out of sorts. People getting us for it's game one. You know what I'm saying? We play Golden State. That's a really good team, well coached, been playing together for years. High IQ over there. Horford, Steph Curry, high IQ. But I don't know. The Lakers they didn't look prepared. That's the best way for me to put it. JJ
Mm.
Redick didn't have the Lakers look like they was prepared. And that's concerning, man. Luka still looks amazing. Luka been playing all summer. Luka looks really good, man. He's conditioned, had some good defensive plays. But Ayton, man, like he just doesn't look big. And the thing is, they're trying to force feed him the ball. If you notice, like he'll post up and they're trying to like force it in there. He goofy. He gonna catch it, put the ball down, get stripped. It's just all bad, man. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to expect. It's gonna be interesting to see what they look like, what we look like without LeBron, because this is kind of a glimpse into post LeBron life. So, I know Draymond said LeBron Olaf is looking like Phil Jackson in that seat. They had LeBron on like like he was on why he was looking so high. He was just like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
He looked so high.
but yeah, man, I don't know. It's hard to tell now, but Luca looks good. I think that's the only bright spot. Austin Reeves. It's just like our team is kind of weird right now, man. I just want to see how it shapes up throughout the course of the year.
Okay. Well, quick question is Luca the foregone MVP? I mean, with that being said, then if it's a stat pad year, if it's a year that he's going to put up major numbers, of course, the Lakers are still a playoff team. I mean, they were the third seed last year. So if he leads them to the playoffs with a older statesman LeBron, is he the MVP? Looking like he's going to be the MVP. He'll get his first MVP trophy.
I could see that. I could definitely see that for sure. As long as we have someone over win a record, even the 6th, 7th seed, I think they'll give Luka the MVP. And I think the NBA wants Luka to have an MVP. I think we're in Luka era of him getting his accolades, him getting his stats, so he could be amongst the all-time greats with the hardware, with the all-stars. That's what I'm saying. It's stat padding season for Luka. Because you saw that other game, man, with OKC with Houston, the West is tough. The West is tough, man. So I'm gonna be honest, bro. Barring injuries like last year, anybody who actually makes it out of the West, that's the real NBA champion. No disrespect to the Knicks, no disrespect to anybody in the East Coast, but that West Coast is it's Fight Club, man, bro. It's a Fight Club out there in the West, boy. It's tough.
That's true. That's true. Listen, so let's stay in the hardwood. We saw a matinee. We saw a main event. We saw the OKC Thunder put on a double overtime game with the Houston Rockets. What are your takeaways from this game? Is it that OKC is out of championship style, maybe out of championship shape, or is it Houston Rockets really are that team? I mean, we saw what Sengun did, 39 and 11. He was actually the star of the game for Houston more than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant didn't normally shoot like he normally does, but they still look good playing together. We also saw SGA, BSGA, 35, 5, and 5. What's your takeaway from that game we saw that night?
Couple things. Let's start with Houston. So Houston, they played a hell of a game, man. It's Ime. In my opinion, I tell people this all the time. Ime and Eric Spoelstra are the best coaches in the league. And and I don't even think it's close, actually. You know what I mean? Ime's preparation, his toughness. What you see Joe Mazzulla, that's Ime. He started that culture in Boston, that toughness, that grit. What was interesting though is if you notice down the stretch, they don't have a point guard. Thompson, he got hurt, he got cramped up. I'm not sure what the official injury is with him. They don't have a point guard. So what happens is Durant's bringing the ball up. You got a Lou Dort on him. Now, me, I played wing, right? And I was able to handle the ball. When a smaller guy is guarding you, it's hard, bro, because you got to like look up. It's a lot of factors being a taller player, dribbling against somebody smaller than you. Lou Dort is what, like 6'3"? Kevin Durant is 7 feet. So like it looks like Bambi on ice and it's awkward for him. So what you want to do is get Kevin Durant off the ball. But the problem is, who you gonna get off the ball? Smith is 6'11". Steven Adams is in the game. Sangoon is in the game. Everybody, they got the tallest team probably in history. So there's no true point guard. So that's why when we talked about in the last pod, Fred VanVleet gone is a major issue, man. I don't know what free agent point guards available, even just to bring the ball up. Because and that's the thing with Kevin Durant. Early on in the Supersonics days, he handled the ball a lot more. Now, somebody else will come up to get it to him in the mid post. He's gonna shoot his turnaround and work from the mid block. Now he has to dribble, create, and play make. He's uncomfortable in that role. LeBron's comfortable in that role. Giannis is comfortable. Joker, he's not. His game is get him the ball and get out the way. But what I notice is down the stretch, Sangoon, like, bro, this is my team. Thompson, before he got hurt, they wasn't even looking at Durant. So for me, I want to see if that causes any friction because it's still Kevin Durant, right? He's the Slim Reaper, he's the closer. And Sangoon's like, bro, I'm him. I'm Baby Joker. And they work in the same area of the floor, so to speak, mid post, kind of that basket. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ime adjusts with the unique skill sets he has on the court. That's what I noticed. They need a point guard ASAP, bro. ASAP. But on the OKC side, SGA, man. SGA is showing y'all, I heard the free throw merchant talk. I heard my sneakers are ugly. I'm not saying the SGA. They saying them Converse is ugly. The mustard brown ones, that's what the streets is saying. I'm with you, big dog. But they saying your shoes ugly. They saying a lot of stuff about you. But I know you could get buckets. Like they were saying in the broadcast, he did this little move where he bumped them. It was Kobe-esque. You know how Kobe used to kind of bump you to get that room and fade? SG is a master at that. Every time they needed the bucket, he got that done. Chet Holmgren stepped up before he fouled out. All this without J-Dub. J-Dub obviously is dealing with an injury. He'll be back in a couple weeks. So for them to win on opening night, ring night, emotions running high, you got to salute them, man. They show why they the champs. Kevin Durant had like some blunders. Rockets should have won that game, but double OT on opening night, come on, man. That's a basketball head's dream. That was a great opening night. I know Adam Silver, everybody happy over there.
Well, let's stay with the production side of everything. I got a couple production questions I want to ask you. Before we even jump into controversy, let's jump into the programming side. And we got to see NBC. NBC finally came back in doing it how it normally does back in the day. You saw Carmelo Anthony, you saw Tracy McGrady, you saw Vince Carter. But we saw your goal, not my goal, your goal. He was on the halftime show. What was your takeaway from him in the sit down that he said? He talked about being retired, talking about more time for family. He definitely gave that good story about when he stayed at the Ryder Cup house and he shot the free throw. That was a beautiful story. It's good to hear what Mike is doing. No matter what, it's still good to hear because we really didn't know what was going on with him. What's your takeaway from that whole interview, and what do we have to look forward to with Mike at halftime?
It was amazing, man. I think like regardless of who you think's the GOAT, whatever, I think it's Mike is a OG celebrity. And what I mean by that, it's pre-social media. So if you are a big influence pre-social media, you are that dude. And now it's easy to get a video go viral, whatever. But Mike was viral in '84, right? Meaning like, and he lives such a public and private life at the same time. Him and Jay-Z are very similar, right? They don't do media engagement, they don't do sit down interviews, and that's why we want to hear from them, you know. And not to make it about LeBron real quick, but LeBron is so out there. He's so open. And we're not even used to seeing that from our superstars in the league. You know how open LeBron is. And I think that's what makes LeBron unique. But going back to Jordan, man, of course, man, it's Jordan. You want to hear what he got going on. He a multi-billionaire. He don't talk at all. You know, just to see him, I want to hear Jordan talk about anything, about going to the grocery store, bro. Like, cause it's almost like a rare occasion. But what I will say is Michael Jordan's team. Did you notice that what's that? Mike Tirico? That's what that was, right? Mike Tirico had them Jordan lows on, them ones. And Mike, like, if you're gonna sit down with me, you gotta have these J's on. Mike had his J's on. Tirico had his J's on. It was dope, man. Mike, just seeing Mike, the human side of Mike. You know, we saw The Last Dance. He holding an iPad. He got the menacing laugh, but it felt like we're seeing the human side of it. Might get 40 million, man, to talk about nonsense. like, like I'm gonna just keep it. The business side of me is like, give me 40 million, and I'm gonna tell you about me shooting free throws at the Ryder Cup owner's house. Like, I mean, I'm here for it because I'm a Jordan fan, but I mean, shit, NBC was so desperate to get him in the building, like, bro. But the production of it, I love it. Hearing the old NBC music, I felt like a jit again. Like, remember NBC, how we grew up? Like, that was our thing. Now it's TNT and all these other places at the time. But it felt nostalgic. It felt like I was gonna see Willow Bay come out. Like I was gonna see Ahmad Rashard come out. Like Vince was cool, T-Mac, you know, Mello. It was interesting. I don't know if you saw when they was interviewing Chet, and they was like, "You got something we don't, which is a ring." It was like they kind of made fun of themselves, which was cool. But I'm like, damn, these three are kind of my favorite players. That Carmelo, Vince, T-Mac. So me as like a wing, I'm in basketball heaven watching my favorites like Jordan at halftime. So I think NBC did a great job. You can see they're putting in the work, and like it's not like I feel like ESPN was like just stale, man. You know, you got Stephen A. Smith screaming, like, and it just didn't have something.
We we're gonna get to him in a minute. I wanna talk about him because there is some stuff he said that
I
I
already
totally
know you
disagree.
mad.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why you got the kufi on, because you about to go off on Stephen.
All right, I got to, man. Yeah, you already know I got to. But before we jump into that, I wanted to ask you, you know what? I want to ask you one more question, one more NBA question on the court. We got more games to come this week. We got more games to come this week. Who, this is holding the court Prince. So we got to really get with your take. Who are you look forward most to see? Of course, we know you're a Laker fan, but what team, what player are you looking forward most to see as we go into the season?
Man, that's a great question, man. I really want to see what Cade Cunningham brings back after the summer.
Ooh,
Had
love
a
Kate.
Like, I'm hoping he could be that player because we've seen a player like him before in terms of like Brandon Roy. Like we've
Facts.
seen these kind of players that are just D Rose. Like
Facts.
he has that in him. I just hope he could just stay healthy. Because we've seen this kind of gifted guy come along, but injury, bad luck comes his way. So I pray that Cade could just stay focused. Detroit deserves it, man. Detroit needs a superhero. I'm looking at K. You know I love Paulo, man. You know, Banchero, you know.
Mm.
Already say that's my son. He looked like my boy Jason. I love him. I want to see what the rookie does in Philly. He dunked on
Facts.
everybody in practice. VJ,
Facts.
man, he is a monster, bro. Like it's so many people I want to see, man. You know, the Thompson twins, I love them, man. Those probably my favorite. I think the Thompson twins are going to be the new version of like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, meaning defensive minded guys that build their offensive skill set into MVP level. I think those guys could be MVP type players, man. But I would say those are the main guys that I'm looking at, you know, this season. But obviously, man, I just want to see Luka go crazy as a Laker fan. I just want to see Luka just go crazy and show everybody he better than everybody. Like, honestly, like where it's like, I don't know, win or lose, I'm looking at this as a year for the Lakers to figure it out. I have no expectations in terms of a ring or things like that. It's just I want Luka to just dominate, honestly.
Okay. Real quick, man. Well, let's go to the controversy. The interview on the pivot. what Stephen A. the comments that he made. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I just want to ask this question. Why is he such a hypocrite? He talked about how he doesn't go in on white people, LeBron James, but we see pictures of Jerry Jones being in a picket line for racism. Back in the day, we see a lot of white people who Stephen A. doesn't go in on. He don't even go in on Trump, but he will go in on this LeBron James. He has so much heat with LeBron. And then I seen this one podcast that he says, I'm on the sidelines, I'm at the game, you can step to me, I'm ready to be stepped to. What's good? This is what Stephen A said. LeBron stepped to him. Now he hates him. He's making this into a race card. I'm not here to throw shade, man. I mean, do broadcasters make any sense? Because it just doesn't make any sense. LeBron only stepped to you because you were saying things a little bit outlandish about your son. And I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong, but when you start to make this into a race card, doesn't Stephen A. kind of give a vibe as that salty ex-girlfriend? And he keeps bashing LeBron. I don't know. It's like I think that their relationship is more of a hate-love relationship. And I look at it like, shouldn't it just be dropped? I mean, what's your take, man? I mean, that's how I feel. I'm just giving my question at the same time as I'm giving my take. Because I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired, like, he won't drop it. Like, it's weird to me.
Nah, I agree. He's definitely dragging it. It's almost like a strange media tour of just talking about the LeBron situation. But I think personally, I think it's something because he alluded to it on air. I don't know what's true or not, but I think it's something personal between them, like behind the scenes in terms of like, because he always alludes to, oh, LeBron almost had me lose my job. He tried to ruin me. I'm talking about outside of that incident of like the sideline. That's what we saw. But I think even before that, LeBron has because he was cool with Maverick and Rich to a point at a time where he always says, LeBron's number two. Obviously LeBron don't like that. LeBron and Jordan, they're very competitive in the sense of like Charles Barkley criticized Jordan. They wasn't friends anymore. You know what I mean? I think a lot of these great players are very sensitive about their place in history and their legacy, right? But with dealing with LeBron and Stephen A, man, LeBron's the biggest athlete in the world. Like it or not, Stephen A is the biggest sports voice in the world, right? So it's a weird situation, man, because like I get what you're saying. Stephen A wants to act tough. Well, anybody can step to me, but when they do, you want to play victim. I don't know what the goal is from it, because like it's like we're just throwing stuff at the wall. Oh, he's racist. He only mess with white people, and then for Stephen A, it's like, oh, he don't like black people. He goes at Crockett, the political lady. He was going off on her, but he don't go off on Trump. So here's the real story, though. Both of these gentlemen are both passive aggressive. So I feel what you said. I think in this case, Stephen A is definitely dragging it. It's like, come on, bro. Like, we're still talking about this happened last season. Like, we still talking about this. And it's given like you're trying to get clicks and views. Like, it's like, what are we doing at this point? Right. But they may never resolve it, man. I don't know. They may never resolve it because I'll give Stephen A little piece of credit. He's been in this game a long time, as a professional, as a beat reporter. And for him to keep talking about something like this, it was a situation where LeBron tried to ruin this man. Think about it. You're getting 25, 40 million a year. For you to be holding on to a petty beef with arguably the top 3 to 5 biggest athletes ever walk the earth, it's something outside of our pay scale and our understanding. Because in my opinion, it can't just be about, oh, you ran up on me on the sideline. You talked about Bronny. It's deeper than that. It's way deeper. LeBron James to be as petty to go to Pat McAfee, bro. Think about like what LeBron did. LeBron don't do no interviews, nothing. A word, this how y'all want to play it? Forget this show. I'm going to go to the white boy. I'm going to go to Pat McAfee, air out my grievances, give him all the ratings, give him all the clicks, and y'all not going to have nothing. That's cold-blooded, man. It's a political game, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're making chess moves at the same time, but I also feel like I'm on your side, but I'm also like, okay, I sided with Stephen A at the beginning, but when he started making it race, I felt like it was
Oh,
bush
no,
league.
he's dragging it for sure.
Because I mean, we saw what 2 years ago when there was election, he was pushing down Trump. He was bad mouthing the president. So you can't even say that he doesn't go at white people because the biggest person who some people have issues with, LeBron spoke up. So I mean, I think like for him to get on a show, and we know the Pivot is a national big time podcast, and for you to make that statement, it just to me was bush league. I don't understand it, but it's a beef that's going to continue to go on that they have. And hey, I mean, whatever goes on there goes on there. But whoever agrees with them, they, it is what it is. It is what it is. But let's jump into you already know what it is, the Barty report, man. Let's talk some NFL. In the words, and this is why I'm really wearing the cap.
Poofy
LL
Barty.
LL Cool J used to wear this with the bald head too.
Oh,
Now
man.
he said, "Don't call it a comeback."
Oh,
This particular take is brought to you by Inspired Legacy. Shout out to them and what they're doing. But the reason why we're doing this is because we already know what it is. The biggest supporter of Patrick Mahomes is Prince. And right now, the hottest team in the NFL is the Kansas City Chiefs. Are the Chiefs Super Bowl bound, or is this going to be a revenge tour for them to win the Super Bowl? What is your take? And how you feel on this?
The boy is back. Mahomes said it. Hey, Rice is back. Worthy's on point. What's my guy's name? I always forget his name. You always tell me the other receiver that he met. That's still
Hollywood Brown?
No.
Hollywood Brown?
80.
Taquan Thornton.
He's on your fantasy, bro. Listen, Barty told me about Thornton for a long time. When you give somebody like, okay, Patty, you give somebody like Patty weapons, whether it's a running back in Pacheco, whether it's Travis Kelce, it's dangerous, man. And Patty's offense become his greatest defense. Because now, like we talked about off air, your defense is on the field. They tired. Patty throwing behind the back passes. To me, Patty's playing, it's fun again for him. Even though he went to the Super Bowl last year, it just seemed like he knew they weren't good enough. Like, great players know they're not good enough. But I think they ready, man. Chris Jones, that defense is inspired now. Once you see offensively, they going crazy, man. It's moving now. Andy Reid's adjusting. Spags, he gonna blitz every time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where they peaked at the right time. This is the perfect time. We talked about 3-4 weeks ago, are they dead? Is Patty done? It was a must-win game against Lamar, at that time. But here we are. They clicking on all cylinders. Their schedule looks a little light going in. Like, it doesn't look crazy. AFC is pretty much blown up, as we both know. It's a shell of itself. I think coming into this year, I would say the Eagles would repeat easily. But obviously, y'all having y'all issues in terms of your offensive coordinator. It just doesn't seem cohesive. Like, it just seems almost like Jalen Hurts is playing like sandlot football and just trying to figure it out play by play. It doesn't seem like they're going into the game prepared. So with that being said, if you would have asked me this a while ago, like, Patty's done, but now it's wide open, And who do I trust? Do I trust Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and a shit ton of weapons versus the field? Give me Mahomes, just being honest. Just because now Patty leads his league, he leads his team in rushing. So depending on what Baker does, what Matt Stafford does, I got Patty for MVP. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. If Patty and Luka, I'm good. Luka go MVP and Patty win MVP, those my guys. Those my guys.
Okay. That's a very good take. Very good take. With that said, let's take another look at the same story. Now we just named Patty, but there's one team that we not really looking at. The same team that Patty struggled. Of course, he didn't have the weapons that he had, but they beat him. They beat Patty and played very well versus them was the San Diego Chargers. I'm sorry, look, LA Chargers. And we just saw Sunday, Indiana Jones with the whip went in there. I gotta listen. I gotta bring it up. I gotta bring it up. Indiana Jones.
Hey, this man love talking about my exes, bro. He took Saquon. Now here we go. All right, go ahead, bro.
Listen, it isn't me, but I mean, you look at it when they leave the Giants, they play very well, and it's not a knock.
Hey, hold on.
Big Blue.
Except for Darren Waller, forget that bum.
Okay. I'll give you that. But Big Blue, of course, was not the same Big Blue. The management's not the same. The coach is not the same. We're talking about when you had Tom Coughlin as coach. He was NFL royalty. And then we go back to Bill Parcells, NFL royalty. So that's with the Giants. But let's really look at the Colts. What the Colts is doing. Shane Steichen is doing a great job with that team. Taylor has resurrected his career, as we can even argue that he is more heir apparent to battle Patty for the MVP from the rushing numbers that he's doing. The defense is playing at an all-time high, no name players. You got Pittman, you may have the rookie of the year, and Warren. You just have pieces on top of pieces. And other than Matthew Stafford, Indiana Jones, and the Last Crusade has outbattled every quarterback. They have a better record currently right now. Last week we were talking about the Bucks, and the Bucks went into Monday night and got embarrassed, 24-9. We seen that. They got embarrassed. Of course, we know injuries, and we're going to get to that story. What we see from the Colts, is it sustainable? Or is this just another version of the Ravens being the best team in the AFC, and when it's time to get to the AFC Championship, they will lose to the Colts? Or can the Colts really be the team to beat in the AFC?
Listen, I gotta take my hat off to the Colts. Colts are for real. They're for real. Taylor's been ooh, he's been a beast for a long time, but yeah, he definitely resurrected himself for sure. It's interesting, man. I feel like every year we have these kind of Cinderella teams, right? Last year was the Vikings with Darnold, but Daniel Jones is killing it, man. Just know it makes me wonder, like, what does that look like if the Giants had an offensive line? For both of them, for Saquon, for Daniel Jones, we're really seeing, that's why they were high. Well, he went to Duke, I believe, right? I think Daniel Jones went to Duke. So that's why everybody was high on him coming out, because with time, great decision maker, fairly athletic at the quarterback position, able to extend plays with his arm and his leg. So we knew what the scouting report was on as far as Daniel Jones, but man, it's clicking, man. It's clicking. And now I think I'm wondering if it's gonna be a Cinderella thing where that Rolls Royce turned into a pumpkin, because Sam Darnold became Sam Darnold when it mattered. He threw them interceptions. I don't know if it's sustainable. They're killing right now, and I'm not putting no salt on him. Can't. What he's doing, he's playing on MVP level, but it's still hard. Like, is Baltimore? What's Baltimore's record?
1-6.
There's no way for them, right? Even if they there's no, like, even if they went out, like, what is their
Nah. I mean, they could possibly do something with it. No, but I don't see. So, I mean, they would have to win out. I mean, you can still get in, but with the division, and you look how the losses of Pittsburgh, it's going to be tough for them to get into the wild card.
for sure?
Okay, real quick, man. Let's do some quick takes. I'm 0-7 for the Jets. Paper bags over their heads. What's your take on the Jets, man?
Misery loves company, man. It's the name of this episode. It's episode 130. Misery loves company. They suck, man. And I feel bad. I feel bad for Justin Fields. He might be out the league, bro. Like, think about it. The Bears told you he wasn't him. We knew he was an athletic quarterback. He goes to the Steelers, Rusty, as you call him, took his job. Now you get your own team, and Glenn believes in you. He's our guy. 0-7, man.
Wow.
And the numbers are terrible too. Like, it's not even like he's balling and they losing. He's looking terrible out there, man.
Listen, all right, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you real quick for this quick take. 19 for 23, 3 touchdowns, 326 yards, the only perfect passer rating this season. Do we need to stop putting Jalen Hurts out of the top 5? He continues to win. He's winning despite Saquon. They said this is some of the worst numbers we've seen from Saquon Barkley. He's had a different OC. I mean, no quarterback has been in this situation, a different OC every year, and yet still he keeps winning. Is Jalen Hurts a top 3 quarterback now from what we're seeing?
I wouldn't go top 3 because we can't forget them games where y'all go in a drought, where y'all don't score in a whole half. I don't think Jalen Hurts' skill set should have been questioned. I think he's in a role, you know what I mean? I think he is in that dink and dunk role, play safe. Remember they said that about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has the all-time greatest percentage, isn't it? Right? He has like the best passer rating of all time. And we talking about a Patrick Mahomes league, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. So I don't really get caught up in that. Jalen Hurts, it's a personality thing. He's not people's cup of tea. He wins a game, he going in there with the serious face. Yeah, da, da, da. He don't joke. He don't show his teeth. He's a very serious guy, and sadly, people who are stoic and serious, they're not likable. You know what I mean? Like, I know he got the Jordan endorsement, but I bet you if Jalen Hurts was out here playing and laughing, everybody would love him. They have him the top 3, top 2. But
Last take, man. Last take, real quick. You got the rematch of the rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You got the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Who you taking and why? You got the history of the game on one side, but you got the hottest hitter in the league. You got the best switch player on one side, but you got a better team effort in the Blue Jays. What's your take on this series?
I think this is legacy defining for Showtime.
Yeah.
I think it's legend. It's legacy defining. I think if he throw the 3 home runs last series, and he's an all-time legendary player. When you hear about Willie Mays, you hear about all these great players, that's where I think he's going into those realms. So with a World Series title win for the Dodgers again, he gonna be up there with the greats, man. Like, he gonna be like top 5, the Barry Bonds, the Babe Ruth. You're gonna have to say his name when you mention baseball. He's pitching, he's hitting for average, home runs, RBIs. He's a human cheat code out there, man. And damn, it's messed up because I grew up, we Jamaican, man. We got family in Toronto. And I've actually been to that stadium. I've been to a Blue Jays game as a child, bro. So I know it'll be important for my people, but I gotta go Dodgers, man. Dodgers pay for their championships, dog. They payroll is so heavy to where they're gonna be here every year. They figured out what the Yankees couldn't figure out, and you got to salute to him, and I'm excited like anybody else, man. But I'm gonna go with the Dodgers to win it all.
What percentage do you give Toronto, if any?
I'd probably go 60-40. Give 'em
Sounds
40
about
back.
right.
I mean,
Sounds about right. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see history, but I'm rooting for the underdog. I like the fact that I seen from Toronto because they come from the hardest division in baseball, the AL East. You play the Yankees every year. You play the Red Sox every year. You play Tampa Bay. We've seen more championships in that division than any division probably in baseball with the Yankees, the Sox. I mean, every team in that division has won a championship, even the Blue Jays. So if the Blue Jays can pull this out, this may be, and I mean this may be the biggest upset in World Series history. So I want to see it just
okay.
for the history. It's history on both sides. History for Utani, and it's history for the Blue Jays. I want to see what happens. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll go there. But listen, man, this was episode 130. Prince and Barty, y'all check us out, man. Listen, like, subscribe, check us out. It's big time. NBA is back. Everything is back. We are ready. We are ready to go. Let's do it.
We dropping on Wednesdays now. Wednesdays is our new day to drop our episodes. I know we usually drop on Mondays, but we got to switch it up on y'all. Thanks for the support, man. The likes, the shares, the follows. Big things to come. We'll be together in studio soon. Barty's in Alabama. So we'll be back soon in studio to give y'all all that Prince and Barty magic, man. We love and appreciate y'all. Episode 130, Misery Loves Company. Let us know. Hit us up in our DMs, hit us up in the messages too to let us know what y'all want us to talk about. I know everybody likes when Barty talks to WNBA. Bro, hey, Barty don't even realize it's a whole my boy Georgie, man. He like, yo, tell Barty to talk about WNBA. Cause Barty has strong opinions on the women's game that have our listeners laughing, man. So salute to Barty, man. But episode 130, thanks for tuning in, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Next Wednesday.
All right. We out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just hit